Welcome in, Mia here from Spiritual Society. I can't wait to do today's reading. So, we're taking a look at everything you need to know about your soulmate. And I mean everything. We're going to go down all of the hallways, all of the corridors, all the doors. What's blocking this? What does it look like? Are they here already? Are they coming towards you? What's going on? So, I want you to choose between these two crystals. I have a beautiful tumbled amethyst that's a lovely lavender color. And I also have a beautiful blue lace agate. Oop, there we go. There she is. Over here is our crystal too. So choosing between these two crystals, take a moment, let your intuition kick in. If you feel pulled towards both crystals, stay for the entire ride. There's something meant for you within each reading. Let yourself be pulled into whichever or both that you feel pulled to. Take a moment, take a breath, and make your choice right now. Hello, hello, my amethyst. I can't wait to dive into this reading with you. So, I have a lovely surprise. I have a gorgeous new lavender deck. She's all prepped and primed. She's ready to go. She is ready for some goodness to share with us today. And I don't really know her personality yet, so we're going to discover that as we go. But she's going to be the deck that we dip into as your first deck because I feel like they go together. And we're going to see what she has to say about your soulmate. So I'm pulling intuitively from the deck and I am letting this just come up as it will. And let's see, I have 3 cards so far. I'm not turning them over as I go. So I don't know what they are yet. Yes. And something right in the middle. Okay, let's see. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise for both of us. All right, so I'm going to flip them over and show them to you at the same time. Hi, Queen of Swords. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the Judgment card. And we have the Strength card reversed. Whew. Okay, this is what we've got. Let's see. Okay, so your person, your soulmate, let's look at everything about them. Getting us started here is the Queen of Swords. So the first thing I'm seeing is that they see you as this highly intelligent, highly in her power queen energy, that you know your truth, you have your own opinion, you have an incredible amount of intelligence, you are so smart, you are so put together, you are so grounded in your own energy. There's nothing pulling you out of that, and that is just like really takes their breath away. Who you are and your incredible presence in this world. That they're just overcome by you, and that really just knocks them over. My words are not so good today, so I might just start making facial expressions. We have the 5 of Cups. So this is telling me, I am feeling like this is saying this person could be a person who is in your world right now. This could be a person who you've lost, an ex. This could be a person who is coming from the future as well. And whichever that is, I do think this person might be have spent a good amount of time looking back towards the past, looking back towards what they lost. If it's your ex, then something that they lost with you. If it's somebody in your current world, that I would say somebody who hasn't been available in the emotional capacity that they needed to be to truly land in this and make that soulmate connection. If this is someone from the future, then I would say that they're just coming out of something where they were really looking behind them. They weren't as open to the world, as present to the world as they could have been. So they just might not have been available to see you, to run into you, to make that connection, to make it happen, or too involved in that thing from the past for this to have happened earlier. The 8 of Swords coming in. Now this tells me that there's a part of them also that doesn't see you as available when you perhaps first meet, or perhaps right now, or perhaps, like their assumptions about where you are. Even if you're in a relationship with this person, that they might have this feeling that you're not fully available to them, that you're not fully available for the full soulmate journey, the full soulmate ride, the full soulmate connection, that there's a part of them that's holding back because they think that you're a little bit trapped inside of some other situation, that you're being held back and need release. They do understand, I think, that you are the one who can release yourself from it. It's not something that needs to come from the outside. You don't need saving from someone, and you don't need someone else to release you. That you need to release yourself and let yourself be fully open. Now, this is their perspective that I'm taking a look at, really. So, I would say when I'm saying that doesn't necessarily mean that's true. You may not be held up by something else, but there could be a part of you that seems like you are. Usually when those feelings come off, though, they're coming from a space of a little bit of truth, a little bit of something behind that. The Ace of Swords reversed comes in here too. So this is also telling me that this person, and I'm feeling it's really about both of you, that there might not have been yet that lightning bolt of clarity, that lightning bolt of understanding. Oh, this is my person. Oh, here we are. Oh, yes, this. And that lightning bolt has the potential to happen at any moment. I am feeling like something's probably blocking that. It could be the feeling that, that this release needs to happen. It could be that there's still a little bit of that sticky, energy that's holding them back in the past. But whatever that is, it does feel like it hasn't landed yet, and that the landing is available, and it's big, and it's giant, and it's a full new understanding. And that's what our aces bring in. They bring in new things. And the swords bringing in just my Queen of Swords, that intelligence space, thought space, mind space, truth, understanding, and knowing, clarity space. So this is just telling me that that's not there yet, but that has full potential to come into being. And when that hits, things can change. When that hits, decisions can be made. When that hits, I think this person will be extremely swift to make a full decision, be both feet in, all in on you. Everything is in this. Every piece of them is in the relationship. Every piece of them is in the soulmateship, in this for you, with you. Can't wait to do it alongside of you, with you by their side, next to each other, partners, going for it, traveling through this life experience that we get to travel through. And it will be so joyful. Making that decision, knowing, understanding, having that clarity will be such a joyful experience for them. And for you. Then we also have strength reversed. So I'm also seeing that there's a part, and what I'm really feeling here, this is upside down, but it is a little bit hard to see with the light and everything on our beautiful new lavender cards. But this is a woman closing the mouth of a lion, and she's doing it very calmly, very easily. This is a reverse position. And this is telling me that you might be uniquely paired for each other in a way that is so synchronistic, so meant for each other, so contracted, so made in made in another realm, that created in this bonding way that hasn't been fully understood by you both yet. But when it does, again, there's a lot that's still to be discovered. That's what we're sort of seeing here, that there's a lot to still be discovered. But when it is discovered, when it is realized, it will be absolutely the strongest bond, getting into our strength. That it will be something where you find strength in each other, you find a purpose within each other, you make the roots of each other grow deeper and grow strong, and it's a bond between you that is unshakable. It is really something deep and true and powerful and unshakable, that you know without a question. There's no hemming and hawing and back and forthing, and there's no holding back, there's no waiting. This is it. This is the person. And I know that, we get into an argument, that doesn't really matter. It's not changing anything about us, because we are going to be together forever. This is us that we're talking about here. I love our new lavender deck. Let's pop into your energy. I want to take a little look about what we need to know about you in this soulmate relationship. So first, I just want to pull a quick 3 cards. And I am turning these over. I started turning these over. I got the Queen of Swords reversed. I love our synchronicities. I have the Emperor, so I'm just turning them over as I go. Apparently, that's what I'm doing. And I also have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So here's what I'm seeing right now, and I'm just pulling from your energy what I need to know right now. I do want to see like what's blocking, I want to see other things if I need to know. But here's really interesting. Okay, Queen of Swords upright, very first card that I pulled. Queen of Swords reversed. This is the very first card I pulled in our pink deck. So, when we pull from different decks, we have the opportunity to have repeat pulls, which I love, especially when we're asking about different questions or a different person's energy, so that all the cards are available to inform on that. But it really can hammer in a message, and it can also offer us really deep insights. And this offers us a really deep insight that this is how this person sees you. You have all of this beautiful Queen of Swords energy, but this is telling us that you're not landing in it right now. You have it. It is available to you. It is a beautiful thing that is within your scope of being, but it's not something that you're completely in right now. Right now, you're in a space where you might feel really indecisive about things. You might feel really uncertain. You might have that feeling of, I don't know, I just don't know. I'm not sure. You might be second guessing your thoughts. You might be second guessing your own intelligence. You might be second guessing your ability to make good decisions. You might be in this space where you're not really sure what your truth is. Is this real? Isn't that real? Is that what I want, or do I want something else? I don't really know. That you might be in this space where you've kind of moved into a place that's not as powerful as you really are. And I think that it's important to recognize that your power is available to you at any time to fully sit into this in an upright position, that you can rearrange and sit into yourself right now if you want to. And the best way to do that, because this is the Queen of Swords, is to own your truth. Is there a truth that you are not recognizing for yourself? Is there a truth that you have been dodging because it means that you'll have to take action on something, that it will require something of you, or for you to face something really uncomfortable, something that requires change? I want you to just really think about those things. Owning your own personal truth doesn't mean that you have to take action on it. You can, just knowing is the most powerful position. Usually it does mean that, oh, I want to take action on this now. Oh, I don't want to live in a space that's not my truth. But it's important to just at least own the truth of what you're feeling. Okay, so the next card that we have for you is the Emperor. And the Emperor coming in here tells me that I'm really feeling we're pulling this in your energy. And all of this is really sort of tinged by your soulmate, because we're pulling in your soulmate energy as well. That this person will be your most trusted person, the person that you feel the safest with, the person that you feel has the most capability. That they're so capable that you can go to them for answers. You can go to them when you have questions. You can rely on them, that they're accomplished, they're confident, they're in their space of power, and they are in this incredible masculine presence. A really intense masculine presence that is so able, so capable, so on top of it that you feel really safe and really protected by it. Now we also have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So this is telling me that you might be feeling very impatient. You might be just like, oh, I should be doing this by now. I should have met my soulmate by now. Why isn't my soulmate come into my life? Why is this taking so long? What's going on? What's going wrong? Why isn't this happening? And really impatient around perhaps your friends doing certain things, and just feeling this sort of impatience for what is coming for you. And the universe wants you to know, lean into the patience, lean into the feeling of things are growing in their right time. This is all working out in a perfect timeline, exactly as it should. And let yourself enjoy the beauty of that, to enjoy what is growing around you. Let yourself be just relax into that. Now, what I want to pull for you as well is I do want to pull blocks for you. So I do want to pull 3 blocks for you, just to see if there's anything blocking this soulmateship from happening right now. And like I said, you could be with this person. This could be somebody from the past. This could be somebody in your future. Either way you roll it, if it's not landed in its fullest soulmate, a flourishing version of itself, then it hasn't landed yet. So let's find out why it hasn't landed for you yet on your end. What might be blocking it from fully growing as fast as you want it to. Okay, so we have the Fool, we have the Lovers, and we have the Six of Wands. So the Fool is telling us that you might not be open to this the way that you think that you might be, that there might be a lack of trust. And trust really gets into that patience feeling as well. Trusting that things are happening in their own divine timing, trusting that what is in your heart for what you desire is in existence. Trusting that, hey, I can do this no matter what happens. I want to be doing this. I want to be open to this. This is a space of everything. I love this card. This is the beginning of the journey. It is a 0. It is the 0 card. And that is a sort of infinite amount of possibility, an infinite amount of potential. And it's really opening yourself up to the infinite amount of potential that awaits you. With this opening and understanding that you have every tool that you need with you, you have spiritual guidance at your side, and that you can jump off of this cliff into the unknown and trust it and trust it. Another block that's coming up is the Lovers, which I find so fascinating. So this tells me that you might have some subconscious belief systems around what is possible for you in a relationship, that you might not even believe in soulmates. You might not believe in the possibility of someone who could truly make you happy, someone who could really actually feel like, wow, we're in this together. We're completely seen to each other. There's a complete vulnerable aspect of this to each other, which, they're standing naked in front of each other, both fully seen, both fully recognized by one another. There's something so beautiful about that. And there might be some part of you that just doesn't even really believe that that exists, or isn't really fully open to the idea that you can have what you want. There might be a part of you that thinks, oh, no, that's not for me. I don't even know that I think, my friends who are in relationships are really happy. Why would I get the chance to be so happy? Or somebody that I love didn't get to be happy in their relationship. Why should I be so happy? Why should I get something so wonderful? There might be something in there that's just popping into a subconscious belief of what you can have at all, or what exists for you at all. And the next thing that's popping up as a block is the Six of Wands, which tells me you might have a little bit of a lack of confidence at this moment. And everyone goes through that, so that's nothing to be worried about. That but it is something to know and to own as a truth. If you're like, I just don't feel confident about this. I don't feel confident in where I am in life. I don't feel confident about what I'm doing, about who I am, what that people are going to find me. My person, because it doesn't matter if people, my person is going to find me captivating and magnetic, and see my feminine energy, see my incredible intelligence, be so attracted by me and by what I'm bringing in. There might be a real lack of confidence coming in. And I think the real key here is to see all of those things for yourself, to fall in love with yourself, to take some time and take some moments to appreciate who you are and what you do, and choose yourself exactly the way that your soulmate would. Take the moment to say, if I were in a room full of incredible, miraculous individuals, I would choose me as a partner too, because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I bring to the table. I know who I am. I know how much love I have to give. I know how smart I am. I know how captivating I am. I understand that what I'm bringing in, and I would choose me as well. So finding that space where you would choose yourself the same way, that same energy of what you're asking the universe to call in for you. Okay. Ooh, let's move to a different deck. So I would like to move to a combination, actually. So I want to move to my gold deck first, and I think I want to mix it in. I'm just feeling a call to mix it into. Oh, I'm just feeling a call to mix it into. All right, so we have a little clump of cards popping out here, and I'm gonna pull this little clump of cards. I'm feeling a call to go to our gold deck and then go to the my black deck, which is a very masculine energy. And this is what we have in our gold deck. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles upright. We had it reversed in your energy, and we have the Three of Swords. So the message is coming in, and I don't even need to really ask questions here, I think, because the cards just want to tell us stuff. So I'm going to let them tell us what they want to tell us. The first thing is the cards are telling us that right now it's important for you to know that you need to make a decision about where you're focusing your energy, that you might be spreading yourself too thin. You might be making too many things a priority. Oh, I want, this to be a priority and that to be a priority. But, a priority is really one thing. And letting yourself really focus in on one thing. Oh, this is the thing that's going to move me the furthest forward towards what I value. And if that is in the soulmate realm, what is that one thing? I want to focus on self-love, understanding how worthy I am, understanding what I do bring to the table, and working on those aspects of myself that I feel really underwhelmed by myself. If you feel like, oh, you haven't shown up in previous relationships, then it's time to show up in the relationship you have to yourself. Show up and prove to yourself, like what can you do to show yourself how much you love yourself, that you are there, that you are going to be consistent for yourself. Whatever you need to do for that relationship, or if it's in another aspect of your life, because whatever that is that really comes up for you right now, that you're like, that is my priority, that is the thing that I want to move forward the most. Those things are all connected. They're connected to this, incredible magnetism of manifestation. That if it is something in your career, or if it is something, that is get into physical, things of the physical world, money, monetary, you're, getting organized in your life, getting your priorities straight with your physical body and your health, making that one thing a real priority, letting yourself follow through with it, and then let that energy be the magnetism and the manifestation energy that pulls, sweeps this all together. It's the reason it's popping up in your soulmate energy. So, but the cards are coming through with this message. Now, the other thing that's popping up is the Seven of Pentacles. So that feeling of impatience that we saw before of, oh, it's just not happening fast enough. I just wish it would grow already. Like, why isn't it happening? It should have happened already. This is really saying lean into that, and the universe is prepared to surprise you. Lean into your patience, your divine patience of, oh, it's growing exactly as it's supposed to. The timing is happening exactly as it's supposed to. This is working out exactly the way that it should. All I have to do is let it grow. It's growing on its own. I don't have to do anything. I can just let it grow. I've planted the seeds. The things are happening. Here we go. It's going. And I get to just enjoy this journey and let it come to me. Will provide you with so much. The cards are, everything that's coming up here is important. They're all important words. They're all important signs and messages that are coming in. So don't take anything lightly. Even though sometimes we can. I feel like so many times we can throw away, okay, yeah, I'll be patient. Yeah, okay, that sounds nice. But if you made that a mantra for yourself and took it seriously, okay, I'm going to take my patience seriously. I'm going to understand that I am rushing things and feeling unhappy and uncomfortable in my life right now, and almost, using that as a blocking energy because I'm unhappy and dissatisfied and I don't have what I want. I'm calling more of that in. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and lean into multiple times a day affirmations of, I love being patient. I'm so patient. I love watching this grow. I love what's growing in my life right now. I love how things are just working out for me. Over and over again, what I need is growing for me right in front of my very eyes. And then we have the Three of Swords, which does tell me that there might be some heartbreak that you need to take care of. there might be some heart pain, which makes sense when we get into your blocks. The feeling of distrust, of being, scared to really open yourself back up. The feeling of, oh, maybe this doesn't even exist. Maybe I was, a fool to think it did before. And, now I know better and I'm more practical. And this feeling of unconfidence. I don't know if unconfidence is a word, but feeling unconfident. Yeah. That is something else that could stem from this space of heartbreak, of things that have hurt you, things that have come in and sort of ripped something apart for you. And there might be a little bit of R&R that's needed here, a little bit of, okay, I'm going to recover this, I'm going to heal this space, I'm going to do what I need to do to patch this wound, get these stitches, let this get a little air and space around it and really release this and let this go. Now, like I said, I want to pull into our black deck because I'm feeling a pull from that deck as well. These two decks are side by side and they're sort of both just calling out. So let's see what we have in our black deck. And I know I've mentioned this before. I feel like this deck has a very masculine energy to it. So, okay. So first of all, we have the Judgment card again. All right, and now I am feeling something right over here that sort of, yes, okay. Oh, there we go. However, the Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So the Judgment card is telling me that, so I pulled the Judgment card really in your soulmate space of that, oh, it feels so good to make a decision about you, being all in, it feels so joyful, it will be easy to make that choice, and it will be a full and true decision. There's no back and forth here. That's popping up as a message that's coming through in this masculine energy. That it really is time for you to make a choice and make a decision for yourself as well. Now, you don't have to make this choice and decision about a person right now until this person becomes fully apparent to you who they are. You might want to get you could do another reading to get even more information, specified straight to you with all of the goodies. But this is really saying that making a decision about being all in on the belief of this, the feeling of this, the trust that you're going to be open to this. There's a difference between willingness and commitment. There isn't feeling of like, oh, I feel open to this. I'll let myself be open to it. But there's a difference in being, I'm open to it and being committed to it. And you can feel that in the words themselves. You can feel that in your body. I'm willing to participate in the idea of having this soulmate connection with what's coming in for me, to being like, I am committed to knowing that it is coming in for me and it is happening, and I don't even have to be patient. I know it's happening in its exact right time. I fully trust this and I'm leaning in and I'm committed to that. It's rock solid. It's a totally different feeling. And I want you to experiment with the thought of getting to that rock solid commitment feeling. This is all in territory. This is both feet in, full body, full head submersion, all in the water. Let's go. There's no holding back. This isn't, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's really letting yourself be committed to it. And you can do that in a way that's like, okay, I'm going to commit to this. That's my job right now. And you could do that per day. Today, my job is to be committed to this. This week, my job is to be fully committed to this soulmate relationship that is coming in for me. I feel fully committed to being in the patience of it, to being in the divine timing of it, and to the feeling of exquisite love that is coming my way. All of it. The Five of Swords is an intense little card. So my Queen of Swords, this feels like it is saying, okay, we have the Queen of Swords, which we have pulled twice in your energy and in their thoughts of you. We've pulled the Eight of Swords in what they are feeling from you. We've pulled the Three of Swords in your energy with this gold deck of this past heartbreak. This is really telling me that the Five of Swords, it is this kind of brutal card. And this is telling me that it's time to evaluate the way that you are the way that you're talking to yourself and what you are letting in your thought space. That there might be some stuff going on where it is chaos in there. There might be some moments in your mind that are, what is the word that I'm looking for? Anarchy. Where it's like the bad guys are kind of taking over and it feels dangerous in there. You don't know who you can trust. This isn't a place that you want to be in. This is like, hey, you got into a bad neighborhood here. You got into a place where there's, like violence on the streets. You accidentally walked into, like a sort of cold, hard, bar fight. I don't know. But it's this feeling of like, oh, I don't know what I can trust here. I don't know what I can trust in my mind. And that makes a lot of sense because you are so smart. You have so much going on in your mind that it makes sense for there to be problems in your mental space, in your mind, in your thought space. And I would really spend some time figuring out what you can do. You are so smart. You are brilliant. You do have this lovely capacity to figure things out. And you can figure this out too. And this is really saying it's time to make it a space where you feel completely safe, where you have a trusting relationship with your own mind, knowing that you're going to back yourself up, knowing that you've worked hard on your neural pathways, you've worked hard to make sure that your self-talk is on point, that you are taking your own side, that you're in that confident energy of, hey, I've done the work I need to do to make sure that I'm really showing up for myself, falling in love with myself, making sure that I understand what I bring to the table because I'm doing it over and over and over again. Really cleaning up the space in your brain. So, oof. I'm just going to throw that away for you. And that is something you can physically do. I love talking about my morning routine of you can take out thoughts of other people and throw them away, but you can take out thoughts that are haunting you from yourself. Hey, I don't want to think that anymore. Bye. This isn't for me. Bye. I don't need that. You can physically do that every time an exhaustive, awful thought comes up. You know what? No. Sorry, you don't belong here anymore. Nope, not today. And you can flip it over. This is also a great technique, is just to completely flip and transition your thought process. And I've done this myself many times over, different funny little thought patterns for over the years where, you say, there was a time in my life where I said, I don't know to myself a lot. This was years and years ago. And I would say, like, just mentally, I don't know. And then sometimes I'd just say it out loud. I don't know. And then I would just immediately flip it. I know. Boom. I know. And if I don't know now, then I will know. Done. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can make you laugh. That's fine. But I do want you to make an effort to reset that mental space, whether it's just getting rid of it and letting yourself think about something else. Okay, don't need that right now. Or, completely just flipping it on its head. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is really a sign that says, hey, it's time to start crafting what it is you want for yourself. Craft this. Make the blueprint. Make the plans. Architect your way through this. Let yourself create the structure so you know where you're going. Design the house yourself. This is what I want my soulmate relationship to look like. This is what I want this house I'm going to live in, this relationship house I'm going to live in forever to look like. This is the way I want it to be. And I'm going to just craft this out, give a nice, beautiful little design to it so I know what it is that I'm looking for. So I know how it is I'm getting there, how it's going to be built, where it's coming from, where it's going. Okay, so the last cards that I want to pull for you are from my blue deck. So I want to pull just a few additional cards from my beautiful blue deck. So I would just like to look at any additional information about your soulmate that we need to know from source, and any other just little tips about your soulmate. Anything that's coming through from source about your soulmate. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Source has to say, Starting from the first card we pulled, so I'll just flip it right over. We have the Eight of Cups, we have the Empress, and we have the Lovers again. Ugh. So I pulled the Lovers for you as a block in your energy in our pink deck. I'm putting my little finger over our man because his little paper cover up fell off and YouTube has censorship things. So I'm going to keep him decent for the camera. So I'll let you fully look at this one because their paper cover ups are completely intact. They're little bathing suits. Oh, okay. Well, we have to get to the Lovers last because that's the direction we pulled it, the order we pulled it in. The Seven of Cups, first of all. So Source is coming in to say, it is important for you to imagine what you want. It is important for you to look at things from the past, to evaluate. It is important for you also not to get trapped there. It is important for you not to be trapped in a world that is outside of your actual present space of living. To appreciate and be in the here and now, to see what is actually around you, surrounding you in this moment. I mean, just take a moment to ground yourself right now. What do you hear? What do you feel? Do you feel anything on your skin, a little air blowing by? Do you feel where you're sitting on the ground? Do you feel where your shoulders are in relationship to your ears? You can drop those down. What can you see? What can you take in? Can you focus on any one little space and just see it as beautiful? Just that space, even it's a line in my curtain. It's beautiful. Letting yourself really be here in this world. Be present and be alive. Not thinking of what happened in the past and reviewing it in your mind all the time. Not just imagining the future, the good and the bad. Oh, well, I can imagine it going this way. I can imagine it turning out that way. Just letting yourself truly actually be alive here now is very important. Source is also saying you have this beautiful divine feminine energy. We pulled two times your Queen of Swords energy. So that Queen of Swords energy is a very directionally focused energy. And we all have a balance of masculine, feminine energy, but that gets into some more straight line thinking. That gets into some more, I'm logical. I know what I'm intelligence based, and less in this like intense divine feminine energy. And this card is saying you do have all of this incredibly divine feminine energy. Don't get so lost in your mind, in the practicalities of life, in the practicalities of what you have to do, your responsibilities, where you're supposed to be, how you have to take control of this ship and guide it to where its destination, and all of the things that you have to get done. To not be in this feminine energy, which is growth oriented. It's watching things grow around you, which is that Seven of Pentacles that we're pulling, that growth. I get to see how things are growing. I'm in that patience. And it doesn't even feel like patience. It's a beautiful thing. What a gorgeous thing to watch grow. Oh, beautiful. Letting yourself be in that feminine energy that is so here and now. It really is. It's not about, where I'm going in the future. It's about, look at the ride that we're on right now to get there. It's so lovely. Being in the present moment, being beauty focused, being in that giving space, being in that receiving space, really. Being in that nurturing, receiving space, that circular, soft space. Letting yourself really land there. Then we have the Lovers. And like you said, this is the second time that we pulled this. We pulled it as a block for you. And I love this coming in as our last card. Pulling this as a block for you, that's a big block that you might not have full belief over what is possible for you. Maybe not belief in, maybe that soulmate experience doesn't even exist at all for anyone. Maybe it just doesn't exist for me. Maybe it's, I hear an ambulance or a siren. I always say outside noise amplify the message. And this is our double, this is our double pull. I feel it so strongly that this is really coming in to say, hey, it's available to you. There's something beyond what you know right now is possible for you. And you won't fully know it. You don't have to. Stop trying to think you're going to understand it until you get there, and let yourself just experience it as you go. Let yourself be surprised. You don't have to fully, understand everything that's coming. All you have to understand is that beautiful things are happening and you're living in the present moment. You're experiencing them as they come, and you can be beautifully and wonderfully surprised by the gifts that are in store for you in your future relationship. Even if you're in that relationship right now and it just hasn't expanded into the fullness of what it could be, there is something so incredible ahead of you. I don't even really have the full amount of words to put behind that, everything I want to express. So I hope you do, and that you can put those in your journal right now, because a lot of words and feelings are coming up with that. So I hope that you're feeling that too. I would love for us to drop 2 swords and 2 hearts below. The 2 swords for our 2 Queen of Swords that we pulled, and our 2 hearts for our 2 lovers that we pulled. For the clarity, the trust, the knowing, the truth seeing that you need, and for that openness to what exists for you. Okay, the last thing I want to do is pull you a Moonology card. I'd like to pull you a Moonology card to see you off into your day and your week and this adventure, and I want to hear everything you are thinking right now. I would be very happy to read anything that you are thinking right now. Your Moonology card is Meditate and Contemplate, New Moon in Pisces. Hey, New Moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. If you have time right after you are done with this, I suggest you take time to meditate and contemplate. I hear some banging somewhere. Hopefully you can't hear that. I would like for you to spend some time just letting yourself clear, see what comes up, think about it, go for a quiet walk and think about it, jot down some notes as you go. My goodness. You have some good, this 6 of Wands energy, I feel like it would be very easy to choose you. And I hope that you see that too. You have so many good things. So many good things. You're an incredible human. And I can't wait to see you again very soon. Oh, also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Oh. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video. I'm going to see you again so very soon. Mwah. Mia. Hello, my blue lace agate. Let's get started on your reading. All right, so I, in honor of your blue lace choice, am going to start with my blue deck. So, let's go. Let's go ahead and see, he's a little bit slippery. Let's go ahead and take a look into this soulmate energy. Everything you need to know about your soulmate. Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. Let's take a look. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, I feel some like playful fun energy with this deck. Okay. Yes. And yes. Okay. All right. I have 5 cards for you getting you started. And I haven't flipped them over yet, so we're going to see them together for the first time. So we have the 2 of Cups. Oh, hey. We have the Judgment card reversed. We have the 5 of Cups, we have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, getting us started. The very first thing that we pull here is the 2 of Cups. Love this when asking about your soulmate, about this relationship, about everything about it. So good. This is a wonderful card to pull. This is kind of like our Lover's card in the Minor Arcana. It is just, the communication between the 2 of you will be so exquisite. It will be so earnest, so real, so easy give and take, easy back and forth. just so brilliantly there. And the communication about your heart space, your emotions, your feelings, all of that, it will be a complete understanding of how much you two truly love and care for each other. It will be an understanding of your equality in the relationship, your the way that your footing is in this relationship, that there isn't one person who loves the other person more. You both are in this together, and you are both equally divided in this. You are equally there. You're both 100%. You're both all in. You're both in all of that feeling and emotion, and you're both sharing it with the other person. The Judgment card reversed. This is very interesting. So I'm seeing that this is something that might not immediately go, like the immediate feeling of that, realizing I lost a ring on my right hand. I don't know where it went. But it's gone. It must have just like flown off my hand, I think. I'm pretty sure that I had one on. Okay, but I don't see it anywhere. So anyway, the Judgment card reversed is telling me that this might be there might be a decision that doesn't happen at first. So this may not be the case where you are just like, oh, he just made a complete decision and he just got it. This could be somebody from the past where there was a faulty decision before, where the decision wasn't the right decision. This could be somebody in the present who it doesn't feel like it's really working with, that like, oh, it actually turns around. Or this could be somebody in the future who you have in a moment where you're like, oh, they're not really choosing me. It feels like they're not really choosing me. That there will be a full decision, a big decision that is joyful and big and good and feels so good and both feet in and all in together. But there might be some hiccups on the way to that where you're like, oh, I don't feel like this person is having that full clarity and that full choice going on at first. And then we also have the Five of Cups. So this is also making me feel like this could be something from the past, or this could be something that feels like it hasn't worked out in the present. So this could be something where it feels like, oh, something was lost to me. That feeling of, oh, I realized in retrospect how much you mean to me by the absence of you. And this also, if this person hasn't come into your world yet, there could be a bit of that feeling of, oh, I didn't make this full decision for us. And then I realized by not making that full decision that a part of you stepped away or just kept going on your path. And I realized how much how much I need you, how much you mean to me, how much I really feel for you, how my feelings and emotions are truly invested in you, and this is what I want, and leads to like that big decision, all feed in, everything going full evenness in the relationship. The Six of Pentacles tells me that you'll both be in a really gracious space of giving and taking. I love pulling this card for your soulmate, for this relationship, because there's a generosity here that's in both of you, that you can both be the most generous person. You can also both receive what you need to receive from the other person. There's a gorgeous relationship of give and take here. When one person isn't at their full capacity, the other person makes up for it by being more generous. When another person is in a little bit of a funk, the other person makes up for it by being more generous. There is just this incredible giving that's going on between the two of you in this relationship. And we have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords tells me that I love pulling this, especially because we have the Judgment reverse and we have the Five of Cups, where we have that feeling of like, oh, things weren't fully decided. This tells me that there will be this unbelievable boom. Yes, I know. I have complete clarity about what I want and what my truth is and the truth of my heart. And I see through all of the things that have been clouding my judgment and have this complete understanding of what it is that I want, and what I want is you. And this full, intense clarity of who you are, what they want with you, that you're the person, that you're their soulmate, that you're the person they want to be next to, they want to share things with, they want to breathe in, they want to touch, they want to be a part of every day. That there's just this intense clarity that comes. There'll be this incredible new opportunity for clarity here within this. Oh, we're getting some really strong messages. I'm feeling this whole sort of arc here. Now, I'd like to just pop right into our gold deck, which is right here. And let's go ahead and shuffle this up a little bit. And let's do that with the intention of pulling some information about this relationship, about the two of you together, about anything we need to know about this coming together, if there's, anything blocking this, but the two of you really together. So this isn't pulling from one person's energy or the other person's energy. I will pull from your energy, of course. But I just want to take a look at the relationship itself. If there's anything we need to know about the relationship itself. Yeah, okay, and I am feeling that 5-card pull. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So our first card is the 4 of Cups. We have the Hermit. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. We have the King of Wands, and we have the Hanged Man. So what I'm seeing here about this relationship is that, first of all, the 4 of Cups tells me that, again, I get that feeling that in the beginning, that that there's a hump here in this a hiccup about getting into this that feels like it's a false start, where there's like this beginning piece that feels like no energy. This card carries some serious no energy of like, no, I'm not ready to open my heart up. It really gets into that emotional space of being really closed off to that. You see this person sitting with their arms crossed, like sort of just like, no, I know that the feelings and emotions are on offer here, but I'm saying no to that right now. And that could be from this person, this could be from you, but it's really, I'm asking about the relationship in general. I'm not pulling from one person's energy. So I'm really feeling like there's a part of both of you that's very hesitant to open yourselves up to what this can be. That there's maybe some resistance because, one person thinks the other person's not as open as they need to be. Oh, you didn't choose me in that moment. I'm not choosing you either, which makes them go further away and say, no, I'm not opening myself up to this. Just this feeling of this, like a little bit of a hiccup of getting into this and opening yourselves up to this as it's meant to be. The fullness of what it is meant to be. The Hermit tells me that this is, I really rather love this, that there is, so this card is very insular, and it can be that kind of like, alone sort of space, but I'm feeling that in a relationship way, that the two of you sort of have this little, this little snow globe around you. Like it's you two, and then there's the rest of the world. There's you two, you have this understanding of each other, you have this love, you have this bond, and then everything else is kind of outside of that. And like, oh, isn't that nice? I get to see all this other stuff, but this is what we have, and it's in this space. And there's this deep light shining on your interior space of this relationship. That's really, it is really this beautiful togetherness, connectedness, but also just this really feeling of, of the you're in this together, and it almost feels like, you're in this together alone. That feeling of like it's the two of you and everything else kind of thing. But I just really feel like you'll have this feeling of sort of separation from everything else, the stresses of the world, the intensity of, other projects and things and stuff and all the things. And this thing is really tricky with that work relationship. But the two of you will be in this sort of insulated space where you're really shining a light onto how you feel for each other. And there'll be something really remarkable about that. And also a lot of growth there and a lot of insight in looking into the interior of your relationship. Now, I also have the Knight of Swords reversed. So this is, again, that feeling of like, things might not feel like they're moving super fast. They might not feel like they are like whoosh on their way. That there might be a feeling getting started here, getting, that like, this happened at its own pace. This didn't fly away. I also feel like it's going to feel very steady and steadfast. Not like some sort of fly-by-night, flaky kind of feeling of like, that just sort of swept me away, but it wasn't real. It will be this feeling of like, this is very real, very consistent. And it took a little bit of time for us to reach this point. It took a little bit of time for us to understand who we are to each other. And that really especially stands if this is somebody from the past. That it took you time to get here to a space where you were open to each other, where you said your no, and have really landed in a new space, or somebody in the present that feels like it's a lot of hiccups going on. But even in the future, it could be something where it just takes a little bit of time, where things aren't rushing forward. It's not like I immediately knew that this was my soulmate. I immediately understood. It took us time to see that. It took us time to open ourselves up to that. It took us time to fly into this. And then things moved fast. Once they did, they started picking up the pace. It's, stuff we were in our own pace. This is now the pace. But it took time to get there. The King of Wands. So I do feel like this is really I am asking about the relationship, but I also feel like this is really pointing out pieces of him as well. That he is in this intense masculine energy that is fiery. It is very attractive. It is very attracted to you physically in a spicy way. Very purpose driven, very motivated, very moving forward, no obstacles in the way. But I'm also seeing that about the relationship in general, the two of you in general. There's a piece of this relationship that is unstoppable. It is this unstoppable force of movement that you really are. There's no obstacle that's going to get in the way here in this relationship either. Once you connect in that deep, soulful way, that there's nothing that can disconnect you now. There is no outside thing that can come and rock your world and tear you apart or have you get into a space where you're like, no, I can't do this there's this feeling of, yes, we're in this and we're in it together. It's a very unstoppable force of a relationship. Okay, now we also have the Hanged Man. So I'm also seeing that you guys are going to do this your own way. This isn't about the rules of society. This isn't about the way everybody else does things. Here, helicopter flying, super close by, outside noises amplify the message. That this really can be your very own thing, where it really is just about what you want to create for each other. That this isn't, the path that everybody else might have taken to get there. That this was your own journey. This is your own story. And that you also, once again, have had patience to make sure both of you on both ends before, diving in, that this was you waited to make sure that this is the right person. And then you both revealed that to each other and then dove in and then got into it. There's a lot of intuitive space in here too, that you both really looked inside the energy of what you were giving to each other. And you really looked inside each other's souls in order to be in this space, in order to be in the connection that you are in. And that is why it can be so deep and why it can be so strong and powerful and so unstoppable. Now, I do want to look into your relationship. I hear children playing outside, and children playing outside is so lovely. Also, it does sound like sometimes they are killing each other. They give those screams of, ah! So just in case you hear any of those screams, nobody's getting hurt. That is definitely the sound of play and fun. Okay, so we have our pink deck, which I'm pulling into your energy. So I am just pulling right now for you in this soulmate relationship. Anything we need to know about you in this soulmate relationship, anything that we need to know about you and your energy. So I have 3 cards here for you, and then I also want to see anything that you might be doing to block this from fully coming forward as well. So anything that you might be doing to block. Okay, so the last 2 cards are blocking cards, and I'm just looking at you in the soulmate relationship. 9 of Swords, hi. Ace of Wands, hello. The Temperance card. And then let's go ahead and look at your blocks too. So we have the 2 of Wands and another Wands card. We have the 9 of Wands. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So starting here at the front of you in the soulmate relationship, the first thing that's showing up for me is that you might be really worried, anxious. There might be a lot of unsettled energy around your soulmate relationship, around this right now before it's fully expanded into what it is. But even as you're getting into it with everything, with the closed off energy, with the hiccups getting in and the things that are causing you some trouble, that this has the potential to cause you some concern And really, this gets into that sleepless energy at night. The thoughts just keep coming. But that really gets into subconscious thoughts as well, the things that are rolling through your brain on a subconscious level of, oh, I just keep worrying about this stuff. It's just sitting in my body, sitting in my energy, sitting in my being of the thoughts that come, that come, that come, that swirl. And that is sort of saying, this is okay. It doesn't mean that this isn't your person. This doesn't mean that that's sort of perfectly natural to have that while things are in a little bit of a space of uncertainty. But it's also okay for you to relax now, to know that it's coming, to know that things are going to work out in the way that they're meant to work out, and you don't have to do that worrying right now or in the near future. You don't have to do that worrying. We have the Ace of Wands next, and that's saying there are new opportunities to fire you up. And I do feel like this is very purposeful. So I don't necessarily think that this has to do with the soulmate relationship, the fire itself, the thing that lights you up, the purposeful, passionate thing. What I do think is important here is that the new things that are coming in to light you up, to make you feel fierce, to make you want to go after it in your life and in the world, whatever that thing is, I think is important for your soulmate relationship to expand into its fullest, whether it's somebody you're with, someone from the past, or somebody in the future, to really bring this home, to bring this relationship into its fullest space. That you need to be in a space of accepting opportunities in your life to feel alive in order for this to really manifest for you, to blossom. And I don't think it will keep it at bay, but I do think it will magnetize it to you. So I don't think that like, oh, I'm not gonna let myself be open to the new opportunities that are coming in for me to feel driven in my life, and I'm not gonna prioritize that. I don't know that that's gonna stop things from coming in. I just think it could make it take longer. Whereas speeding this up, generating this energy, magnetizing this manifestation into its fullest being, into its fullest space, is available to you sooner if you really let yourself get lit up in your life about what you want for yourself, about where you're going, about what you're doing. If there's a passion project that you've been putting on the back burner that you need to move to the front burner, that you need to like turn the heat up on and let yourself really accept the opportunity and move forward. Then we have Temperance. So Temperance is telling me that you also need to find some more balance in your life around some area. You probably immediately know what that is. Absolutely. If you need to find balance with it, then there's something out of balance and you will know what that is. So whatever is out of balance for you right now, whether that's, oh, I'm in workaholic mode. Oh, I am in, like say no to all social events mode. Oh, I am in this mode and I just, am fully into doing this too much. I have this habit that's really taking over my life. I have this thing going on, these obsessive thoughts that are coming on. Whatever that thing is, it's time to find some balance around it, and it's time to handle it. It's time to deal with it. This is your wake-up call for that. Knock, knock, knock. Time to settle that balance and to put it back into balance in the space that it's meant to be in. So now we move into those blocks. So we have the Two of Wands as the first block popping up here. We have the Nine of Wands as our second block. And this is telling me that you, in order to get into this, one thing that might be blocking you, I'm really feeling this two ways. It could be either a hesitation to travel, because this is a very traveling card. However, I don't really necessarily think that means literally traveling, just that there might be a hesitation for you to do new things. There might be a hesitation for you to get out of your comfort zone in any way. There might be something really holding you back from, just from being in a new, shooken up space in your life. So the easiest way to fix that would be to shake up your space, to do some new things. That could be the smallest thing in the world, going to a different coffee shop than you normally go to. That could be going to a new event that you've been invited to, a whole bunch of times, but you've always said no. This time you say yes. It could be the tiniest little baby thing, and go to a different grocery store than you normally go to at a different time. But there's something big in there. The other thing that I'm seeing is that there might also be a tendency for you to travel too much. And I don't mean that, again, in the physical way. I mean that in a love way, where you might be letting your mind wander a little too much towards just, this could be if you're on like dating apps and just going through people and people and people. There could be something where it's just too many choices, too many options, too many things sort of swarming your brain about and around romance and love and your soulmate, where you actually need to like declutter and let yourself focus in a little bit more instead of opening up too much to all of that energy. So then we also have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is the card of, it's that card of getting back up from being hurt, the little head wrap, bonk on the head sort of feeling. It is this feeling of, oh, I'm just standing back up. I'm just getting back up. And this is turning up as a block, which makes perfect sense. You've probably been hurt in the past, had some heart hurts, had some heart wounds. And especially if this is somebody from the past, especially if this is somebody in your present world that has currently hurt you because they didn't make a decision for you, or you felt like, actually, I want to say no to this because you made me feel like you weren't choosing me, or you made me feel like you weren't appreciating me then. So there might be some hurt here that could block things. This residual hurt of, I can't let it go. I want to let it go and I want to stand back up and I want to be healed, but I can't. I'm having a hard time doing it. So it is really a call to, if you do feel called towards someone from the past, if you feel called towards someone who's in your present that things have been funky with, that if you do genuinely want to restart and retry and you're like, I think this could be my person, and I do genuinely feel that, even though they messed up and they made this mistake in the past of, making me feel this way, and then I made those mistakes and it's important that you start in a fresh space so that you kind of burn down the old stuff and really start from fresh, brand new space with that person. And you understand that you guys aren't the same people that you were back then, or that you weren't the same people that you were yesterday. That this is something sort of fresh and new, and instead of really holding guard over what has hurt you. Okay. All right, let's dig into my lavender deck. This is a new deck for me, and I'm loving it. So I just want to pull any messages from Source about you and this person. I just want to pull any guidance tips from Source about you and your soulmate. Okay. Okay, I'm not looking at the cards. I'm not flipping them over. So I don't know what they are yet. I'm just agreeing with the energy. That's what my and ahas are. Okay, yeah, okay. This is what we've got. So we have the Knight of Wands reversed. We have the Page of Wands upright. We have the Five of Wands. Well, don't we have a lot of wands action going on? Oh, look, I pulled two cards together. So we have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh my word. Okay, so I pulled 6 cards from our lavender deck, and 3 of them are knights. 3 of them are knights, 2 of them are pages, 3 of them are wands. Okay, well, our lavender's deck is telling us quite a lot, isn't it? First of all, our Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is telling me that, first of all, you might not see this person, you might see them kind of as as like a non-hero. Like, okay, you came in, I thought you were great, you had this great energy, then you hurt me for a moment. Kind of this almost Mr. Darcy scenario. Oh, that hurt, that didn't feel good, and now I put up a wall to you. That might get started in this way of feeling like I first like found you and seen you in this light of like, no, blocked. Then they can, after that first feeling of that, then they can turn over into a different energy, because underneath of that we have something very different. Underneath of that we have the Knight of Cups, which is somebody who has a deep heart space, that underneath all of those first impressions that you got, that first feeling of before where you were like, I have to protect myself from you, that now you're like, oh, but there's all this deep heart space, all these feelings and all this emotion, there's actually this tenderness under here. And when we actually open up to that, that is incredibly compelling and beautiful and emotional, and someone who wants to see you in an emotional way, somebody who wants to emotionally understand you and understand what you're feeling and offer up their feelings in this very gentle and soft way. And then, then we have the Knight of Pentacles. And that's telling me that you also get to see this newly revealed space from this person that they might actually even grow into. This might not be something that they had before, if this is a person from the past, or this might be something that you just didn't recognize when you first met them. That there is this piece that is steady and stable and consistent, that wants to provide for you, that wants to take care of you because you're precious to them, that wants to take care of everything in their world and show up and be in this incredibly consistent, stable, like a rock kind of way. Now, both of these cards show up in this very soft manner. So the initial feeling of something coming in kind of intensely is actually sort of much softer underneath of everything. That everything really ends up showing up in a very soft entrance kind of way. Okay, now we have the Page of Wands. So I do see, and the Page of Cups. So I do see that these both are messenger cards, messages coming in. And I am seeing that there are messages that will be coming in for you, that you don't have to worry so much about the noise in your mind of what's like, I don't know, the things that might be swarming and swirling, because there's going to be a lot of good clarity around this for you. With the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, this is really telling us that there is a space here really for you to get messages. Things will be delivered. Messages from their heart space, which is incredible, which means that they're going to be able to talk to you and tell you and show you and actionably demonstrate how much they feel and love you, the emotions that are within them for you. But then also deliver messages about this Ace of Wands energy too. Deliver messages about the things that light you up, the things that are like making you purposeful in this world. That there is a feeling of them really respecting who you are, what you want out of life, what you do, what you've accomplished, what you're working on, what excites you is exciting to them, and they're willing to vocalize that and participate and have messages around that. But also that they're really willing to really, I think, reinforce messages to help you continue to grow that further, to make you better, to help you step into that even more and be an even bigger piece of your life, of success in that area. But not just success, but like happiness, contentedness, feeling lit up and passionate about being alive because you get to do what it is that you do and what it is that you feel, that thing you moved from the back burner to the front burner, that, this thing really lights me up. I'm going to let myself really lean in. I'm going to let myself really be in this space. And then we have the Five of Wands as well. Now the Five of Wands pulling up here, is very interesting, because this tells me that there might be a little bit of chaos energy here too. So I know that we've seen some of that chaos energy of, the mental space and the is this or isn't this. And this feels a little bit like there might be a space of, just not having all of the clarity until you have all of the clarity. for both of you really, that there will be a piece that's like just a little complicated, a little unclear, and competing thoughts about it, competing feelings about it, competing feelings of momentum and non-momentum, and stalled out, and like your energy and my energy, and we're not exactly sure whose energy is participating in which way. And then all of a sudden there is clarity, and there is something, that you really land in, because you have that beautiful emotional communication. You have all those beautiful things that we've seen. This is really interesting. Oh my. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to move into my old trusty deck just for two cards. Just for two cards, because I feel like there's something here that we need to see. Let's see if there's something here that we need to see. Let's see if there... Oh, yeah, that's hard to shuffle. Let's see if there's something here that we need to see. Now, my old trusty deck is so good at delivering us messages that we need to hear. Not necessarily messages that we want to hear. So I am... Yes. We have the Five of Swords reversed, and we have the Magician. Oh, I love these. The Five of Swords reversed tells me that whatever kind of, I don't want to say animosity, the feelings that you have in the beginning of this that maybe got into like hurt feelings between either one of you, the chaos, the competitiveness, all of the things that, oh, you didn't choose me in this moment and now I'm closing down, all that stuff that feels like it could have become something that really struck out and hurt you, that has the potential to really this honestly, this feels like a message that kind of goes both ways. That it really has potential to go away completely, where that's no longer a factor in your relationship, and then you move on and you realize your full soulmate, relationship status, and everything is just, here we are. But also, this tells me that this could act as a real block from you moving forward as well. If the old things from the past don't get let go of, the old hurts, the old wounds, the old behaviors that felt aggressive, or that felt like they were meant to be mean, whether they were or not. Those things have staying power. And so they do really need to be handled, because they could act as a real block from this moving into the fullness of what it could be. The Magician also pops up, and the Magician is our master manifester. And this really tells me that you have every tool that you need to have the relationship of your dreams. And that you both do. You both are creating this. This is a co-creation between the two of you. And it really is time for you to own your pieces, that you are putting everything into play that you need to put into play. If there are things that you need to balance out in your life, it's time to balance those things out in your life. If there are pieces of you that need to be okay, that you've been hurt before, but you're still going to do this, that's okay, but you do still need to do this. If there's a part of you that needs to get out of your comfort zone, it's okay that you're in your comfort zone, or that it's uncomfortable, but you still need to do it. You need to do your part. Take the actionable things you can, because this person's co-creating this with you, and they're doing what they need to do as well. So it's really important for you to take up that power, take up that mantle, take up that understanding and that knowing that you have so much power. You have this ability to create the life that you desire, the relationship that you desire, the soulmateship that you desire, the heart space that you desire. It's all here. And I would spend some time, when I say manifestation energy, and I say, taking your actionable steps towards your manifestation of this soulmate relationship, what immediately comes into your intuition, your mind, your body, and your soul. And I want you to write that down, and I want you to really let yourself own that this week. I want you to own that today. Okay, I'm going to sit into that. This is what I'm feeling is surrounding that. I understand the pieces of my manifestation, the part that I take in this. And I understand what's in front of me, the tools on my table that I'm going to pick up, I'm going to utilize, and I'm going to use. And that this is so powerful. This is so powerful. Mind-blowing powerful. With an infinity sign on top of it. It's just really... Own that. Own that as your own. take your full piece of that pie. Take your full, pick up your tools and walk into this. It's time. It is time. It is time. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like this video. Um, Gosh. Okay, let's pull your oracle card and then we'll decide on an emoji for you. So we're pulling from our Moonology deck, and let's see what we have. We have, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Full moon in Scorpio. It is time to release negativity. Yeah. And I think that really relates to the negative aspects of anything that happened in the past with this person, if this is a person from the past, or if this is a person in your present that still has done some things in the past. Or, if there's anything you need to release in order to move forward when this new person walks in. It's time to release negativity. Okay. Okay. I want to do something for the Magician, because I really love that energy so much. Although we had 3 nights. I mean, my goodness. Really. Ooh, and then I love our 2 of Cups. There's so many things we could do here. Let's do something for the Magician. Really for utilizing the tools that you have. I want you to plant a tool or any type of tools below. That could be like a hammer, that could be a magic wand, that could be, to represent that magician, or, like a wrench, literal tool below. Just say I'm picking up what I need to do in order to step into this, in order to co-create this manifestation, in order to co-create this soulmate relationship that is happening right now, that is being sewn together right now. Drop that below. So it's your choice what tools you want to put down below, but putting a tool down below. My goodness, will you please write me a message? Will you let me know what you think? If you're like, yeah, this is somebody from my past, I know who this is, or if it's, somebody in your present or in the future, and what you're going to do, what you're, picking up to maybe find balance with, to let yourself step in and be okay with moving forward even though you've been hurt, or to get out of your comfort zone, to take in the new opportunities and let yourself feel lit up in this life and moving forward. I want to know. I'm going to look. I'm going to see. I'm going to read them all. Okay, I'm sending you off with so much love, with so much light, with all the guidance you need, with everything that is coming to you, with the greatest good, with your glass more than half full, overflowing. Negativity by the wayside, open and expansive to the beauty that's coming in for you. All the goodness, every good thing. Mwah. Mwah. I'm going to see you so soon. Mia.